YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back, and Arik Armstead is the free agent we're talking about today. A unique one, in my opinion. He can move around a bit, can play a couple different positions, I think. So there's a lot of teams that could use him. We'll break that all down and find out where he's going in just a second. Something new going on here. We got the podcast, the Goat House podcast on Apple and Spotify. You'll find the link down below. A few episodes up, more to come. If you go to our Patreon, you can find them in video form and extra NFL content there. And then we have two channels, the Goat House and the Goat House Plus. Please subscribe to both. Got some extra free agency content on that Plus channel. Any trades that happen, I instantly break it down, grade teams based on the trade on that channel. So please subscribe to both. Follow our Twitter, Instagram, daily posts, always talking football. Anytime news breaks, instantly talking and answering any questions on that Twitter. So those are all must follows. You'll find the links down below. Arik Armstead, why he's interesting, he's listed as the 4-3 end in the Niners, but a lot of the times when the Niners had success, he was kind of slid inside. More of a D tackle, a 3 technique, a pass rushing interior defensive lineman, if we want to be, specific of what he was doing, or basically what he was doing. And I thought the Niners were better kind of when it was like that, because they had Nick Bosa on one side, and then D Ford, who was kind of off the ball on the other side, and then in the inside you had Armstead and Buckner. So, he had a crazy productive year. Really only one really good year, but it was a really good year. So, we have some teams listed that are 3-4 defenses, but I think there's a chance he can play that 3-4 end. I really do. And there's some teams that I think are, they're flexible. They're not afraid to change defenses. So it's one of the more intriguing free agents in my opinion. Yeah.
What scares me about him is he may be one of those guys that just had these one-year wonders that, again, could have crazy potential, but they're surrounded by crazy talent. So maybe that's why they look good. That's what always scares me.
From what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's just people just speculating. It sounds like he's not going to have a giant market, but
that's nuts.
I feel like, and for those reasons, because the talent around him and because he's only had one really good year, even though he's had some other solid years, I think. But I would pay for him because I think he can do multiple things for you. I think interior pressure is insanely impactful in today's game, and he gets that when he's on the inside. So I would pay, but it's be interesting to see. This might be my favorite free agent. I'm not saying he's the best free agent. My favorite one just because what he can do, how will the market be, which defense, does it matter to the scheme, like who's going to go for him? It's going to be very interesting. But who do we want to take off here?
Well, I'll lead it off.
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead and take off the Cowboys.
Taking the boys off.
I'm taking the boys off because I've touched on it in almost every free agency video, but they have a lot of money to spend, but it all kind of seems like it has somewhere to go. And for that reason, I'm out.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take I feel bad for the Falcons because we always take them off early because they're limited cap space. They do need pass rushers, though. Or they could use Armstead's talents in Atlanta, but don't think it happens.
This is a tough one to take teams down. We're going with the Bills.
Okay.
He's kind of similar to Ed Oliver player, so I think they already have that. What they need.
They could put him on the end.
They could.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the Seahawks off. I think the Seahawks are kind of. If I'm the Seahawks, I'm dead set on bringing back Clowney because I don't think you make that trade without the intentions of re-signing him. So that's what I kind of think their route is.
I'll take off the Lions. They spent pretty big I think he would, in my opinion, I think he would play end in their defense. And they spent some pretty big, actually. I was going to say somewhat. They spent pretty big on Trey Flowers last year, which was kind of risky because he was pretty damn good on the Patriots, but some guys are good on the Patriots, not good elsewhere. So I don't think they're going to take that risk and spend a lot of money on the same position, basically. I know it would be opposite sides, but I just don't see them doing that.
We'll get rid of the Dolphins here. We talked about in a lot of videos that they're looking to rebuild, and I think they want to build it their way with Flores there. They have a lot of picks, but they'll pick up free agents, but I don't know if they're going to be anyone big.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and take off the Cardinals. I mean, I do. They're just not the team I'm picking. I have a team in mind, and although the pairing of, I guess, him and Chandler Jones would be nice.
Yeah, it's kind of the question with the Cardinals is because they run a 3-4, so would they stand him up outside of Chandler Jones, or would they play him at a 3-4 end? I think that would be cool to see, but yeah, maybe some of these 3-4 teams are a little less likely. And that's why I'm going to take off the Giants. Another 3-4 team. Gettleman's just always looking for really good defensive linemen, and I think it is possible because they traded for Leonard Williams, and now it sounds like they may not be able to get him back, or they could still. So they may be just insisting on going to get that pass rushing 3-4 end, and I think Armstead can fit that, so it's definitely possible. I just think there's some other teams I like a little better.
Ooh, this is tough now. Same reason I got rid of the Dolphins. We'll pick the Bengals here too. I think they'll rebuild. Obviously they're the worst team. I mean, Joe Burrow's gonna help with that, but still, I think they'll rebuild through the draft.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Jags off here. We keep touching on this, but the Jags, in my mind, right here, right now, on this day we're recording, are in rebuild mode. And everything they've kind of done this offseason is kind of pointed in that direction.
I would actually compare Armstead to Calais Campbell, too. You see Campbell kind of play kind of in that same role. He's played end a lot. We've seen him play. When he was on the Cardinals, he played 3-4 end, and now this last year at the Jags, they slid him inside because they had Josh Allen on the outside and Ngakoue on the opposite side. So, and Calais Campbell had a monster year playing inside, which he's done in the past. Armstead's a very similar player. They could replace Ngakoue. They could take Armstead and put him in Ngakoue's spot if they want to trade him. I just think too similar. They may view him as more of an inside guy, and they don't want to have two of those exact type of players. They need more of a nose. So, yeah, I would agree there. But I'm going to take off the Raiders. They got Max Crosby, Cleveland Farrell. They could get better. They could add another guy. I think they'll just spend – I think they're going to spend their money in a different position or multiple different positions. So I'm going to take the Raiders off.
Should we make our picks?
Sure.
Yeah, let's make our picks.
I do like the Browns, but they would have to cut Olivier Vernon first. At the time of recording this video, they have not done that. I'm kind of 50-50. I think they should, but I'm kind of 50-50 to actually do that. So I would think the more likely would be the Niners or the Colts. The Colts are apparently in on a few pass rushers. They could go a different route. I think he actually can go back maybe a little cheaper. I think he'll take a little less money going back to the Niners, what I'm trying to say. I think he knows he fits there. He kind of liked his role, and they're trying to get that Super Bowl. But, again, if I would spend money on this guy. It's risky. I would spend. And so if I'm that team, like the Colts, for an example, to have the cap space, I can actually make an offer that the Niners cannot match. That's possible. That's very possible. So I'm picking the Niners, but that's a tough one, actually, because like I said, somebody can make an offer. The Niners just can't. And the Niners really could feel like, all right, we're just going to plug somebody else in there, and he's going to be just as good. They have
Solomon Thomas.
I mean, he's not as good. I think that's been proven, but
who's to say he can't look good in that whole defense?
They could feel like they can get somebody else and have him and Solomon Thomas, the new guy and Solomon Thomas, kind of just they'll be okay. So the Niners could. That's why this one's tough. I'm feeling the Niners, but there's a lot of reasons why he may not go back. So that's tough.
Yeah, I think that somehow, some way, the Niners will make it work with the cap situation. How can you be successful in a system and then not want to go back?
Yeah.
As long as they're going to pay you in the neighborhood of what you're worth.
Because that system changed. That was like the first year was that they've had similar looks before.
Right.
But
they never had the personnel.
I think D Ford coming in there, even though he didn't make a huge impact, I think he made more of an impact than
Bosa.
Bosa made the impact because he made the plays. But I think D Ford kind of changed that defense a bit. It kind of gives that Leo look. Bosa and D Ford are the edge rushers, but it changes the defense. They're two totally different, type of pass rushers. So I think it kind of make the defense. So I think D Ford kind of underrated. It's kind of off topic there a little bit, but
I don't think the Niners can afford to let him walk. After the success you have, you can't. You got to make it happen somehow. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I like the Niners as well for like the reasons you guys already said.
All right.
Sounds like they're already negotiating. I think they're trying to get it done before free agency actually hits because someone's going to
spend a lot of money. All right, so let's see does that work?
It's a little lopsided, but I can see it.
I can see it too. I think it works for me. All right, that's going to do it. Plenty of these free agency videos on the channel. Plenty more to come. Got full free agency coverage, even when it's happening, when moves are being made. On both channels, we have you covered. And then full NFL draft coverage as well. So please subscribe to both. Follow our Twitter, Instagram. Check out our podcast. Would really appreciate it. Would also appreciate you guys for being here, watching these videos. So thank you very much. And that's going to do it for this one. Goodbye.